So my friends knew that.
The pressure intensified as the Mahon Tribunal's investigations went deeper into Mr. Ahern's finances. The inquiries extended to accounts previously undisclosed, such as the BT account operated by his friend Tim Collins. There was a particular focus on foreign currencies, especially sterling. Besides large amounts of Irish money, other large cash amounts of sterling were lodged into accounts linked to Mr. Ahern, his former partner Celia Larkin and Mr. Collins. Based on Mr. Ahern's evidence and that of banking officials, the amounts involved over a 2-year period exceeded £100,000 sterling, and to date no records have emerged to verify the source of any of that money. But after a difficult and closely fought election in 2007, Bertie Ahern pulled off another hat-trick, winning a third term as Taoiseach, the first leader since Eamon de Valera to win 3 elections in a row.
Well, we're joined now on the phone by our political correspondent, David McCullough. David, Mr. Ahern had always said he would get out of politics by the time he was 60, and he'll turn 60 next September. So I suppose the surprise would have been had he opted to stay.
I would have thought so, Eileen. Yes, there's no huge surprise about the fact that he is confirming that he's not going to contest the next election. Fianna Fáil, of course, at the moment hold 2 of the seats in Dublin Central. There wouldn't have been much hope of the party retaining those 2 seats. So now with Bertie Ahern off the pitch, a phenomenal vote getter in Dublin Central, of course, over the years. The question is whether they'll be able to retain one. But that's a question, I suppose, for another day. But no great surprise about Bertie Ahern's decision.
Now, one of the highlights, obviously, the signing of the Good Friday Agreement. In that statement tonight, he says, "Every day I thank God I have lived to see peace fulfilled."
Yeah, I think the legacy on Northern Ireland is the one sort of uncontentious piece of Bertie Ahern's legacy that will go down in history, and I don't think anybody can take away from the work that he did, the hours that he put in. You'll remember that long week leading up to the Good Friday Agreement. His mother sadly passed away, and yet despite the personal trauma he was going through, he went back up to Stormont to bang heads together and to make that final push for peace. And as Joe O'Brien mentioned in that report, of course, the Good Friday Agreement wasn't the end of it. There was long years of slog and negotiation and arm twisting, and which eventually saw the parish sharing government set up and operating fully. And that really is the part of Bertie Ahern's legacy that nobody can take away from him.